Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all tuning in as always. And as the title says, the watermelon diet. So we can get right on into it. So I'm going to go through why I chose the watermelon diet and what my goal is, so y'all stay tuned. Alright, so I've got your normal watermelon here. Nothing fancy, just something I picked up from the market. This is actually my second one. Now, as far as the watermelon diet itself, there's tons of videos out there on why it's beneficial and how it can help you. As you can see, I've kind of got a pot belly here. And over the years, I've gone through lots of diets. I've done the carnivore diet, I've done the keto diet, I've done the calorie deficit diet. And so at this point in my life, I'm in my 40s, you know, I just wanted a healthier lifestyle. I wanted a healthier me. I still work out every day, so that hasn't changed, but this just keeps growing. I've, you know, tried cutting down the calories, but here's a lot of things that people don't realize is that there's a lot of contributing factors when it comes to your body on how it maintains itself. For me, I work in stressful environments, so I have two jobs, and regardless of how active you are, I mean, I walk miles a day, and this just keeps growing. Now, will this fix that stress factor? No, it won't. But I wanted something to kind of jumpstart my weight loss journey to get back down to where I was at. A lot quicker and a lot more efficiently. I've also done the Zepbound diet. I did Zepbound treatment as well too. And I will say this, after being on that for months and losing weight, there's a lot of secondary effects that have occurred that I've noticed over time as well too. And just kind of in short, you know, a lot of joint pain, and as well as the fact that, you know, you're losing a lot of nutrients in the same time because you're not eating a lot. So I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Yeah, it works pretty quickly. It is costly as well too. So that is another thing too, especially if you don't have insurance. If you do have insurance, I was paying about probably $50 for a month's supply. But you know, for those that don't have insurance or they only cover a portion of it, that could be anywhere from a couple $100 to $1,000 or whatever, depending on where you're getting it from and which one you're getting it from. I think you're either getting the straight version of it or you're getting the compound version of it. So there's a lot of things that, you know, people out there have been trying and doing, but I wanted something that would be a lot more better. And after doing a lot of research, I came to the watermelon diet just because of the fact that, you know, you're still getting to eat as much as you want in a sense, and as far as the nutrient portion of it, if you research that portion, watermelons provide a lot of nutrients and vitamins in itself. Okay, so I won't dive deep into there. I'm just kind of making a vlog of my journey on the watermelon diet, so that way y'all can see the progress of it. So my goal right now initially is 7 days. So as you'll see in the title, 7 days. Here's my starting weight. You can see it, 201 pounds is where I'm starting at. My goal is to get down to about 190 or less than 190. Hopefully with, you know, continue to work out each day, I can get down to 185. And then as I progress, depending on how well it's doing, if that first week is successful, then I'm gonna extend it out to 2 weeks or possibly stop, do a normal diet for 3 weeks, do the next month the same thing until I get down to about the 165 to 170 mark. It was where I was at. So I get down to 168 on Zepbound, and then as I've pretty much gained back 31 pounds. I've noticed my knee pain has come back, my feet pain have come back. So I wear orthotics in my feet just because over the years, as I got up to 240 pounds, my feet started collapsing. as my foot doctor told me, he was like, you just got too much weight on your feet, and your tendons are, your feet's collapsing, and so that's been a journey itself. So I want to get back down to a good weight, just for the physical attributes, the mental attributes. Watermelon fasting will provide a lot of different beneficial factors for yourself, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, whatever you want to think of it as. And it still gives you plenty of energy as well too, just from the watermelon itself. And so yeah, just stay along with me. I'll record this in different sections and compile them all together so that way y'all can see it, and hopefully we can see some progress. But anyways, I appreciate y'all tuning in for now, and we'll go to the next week. So y'all stay tuned. All right, guys. So day 3 update of the watermelon diet. So I started Friday, August 29th. Today is September 1st, Labor Day. So I started Friday in the afternoon. Probably around lunchtime or whatever is when I started it. That's when I cut the watermelons up, or one watermelon. I still have one in the house. So one full watermelon lasted me from Friday afternoon around lunchtime all the way through today. Now, one modification I did do to the diet. So days that I worked out heavy, I did give myself a, I guess, protein snack or whatever. And when I say protein snack, so I either had a little bit of ground beef or chicken drumsticks. So that was just that modification to it. I found myself just really hungry, so I knew that I needed some kind of source of protein. So that was my only alternate to that. So as you remember in the first recording, obviously I'm compiling all this together for this set. So I was at 201 pounds. Yesterday when I weighed myself, I got down to 196, and that was after a meal as well too. So yeah, so total in about 3 days, I've lost total of 5 pounds. I do feel like I've slimmed up, especially in the face, overall, body-wise, sort of, but 5 pounds is not enough to really tell. As far as how the diet goes so far and how I'm liking it, I will say this, so I'll just kind of list everything out, whether it's good or bad. So, 1, you will urinate a lot. Obviously with watermelon, it's 90% water. So if you plan on, I would probably say a few hours if you're, before bed or whatever. It's gonna suck. So I normally take about a 30 to 45 minute nap before work. And I will say this, you'll probably wake up within 15 minutes, you have to go urinate. So you're probably going about every 30, 45 minutes or whatever anyways, just because you're taking in so much water. That's the only pretty much downside to it. I feel like with the watermelon diet, as opposed to other diets like keto diets, the fact that you're getting those natural fructose sugars, you're not really craving as much other stuff. Like I said, the only craving I got was for some source of protein just from the working out. So that's a pretty good thing so far, what I've noticed. You're not sitting there craving like, oh, I want, some kind of carb or whatever the case was. When I was on the keto diet, I heavily craved carb items. With this one, I don't feel that so far. I just feel hungry. Like I need some kind of protein for, using your muscles or whatever. I don't know how to describe it, but so far that portion of that. Energy level wise, it's really good as well too. On the keto diet, because I've done it before, I always felt like I was low on energy. On this watermelon diet, I don't feel that. I actually sleep very well. Um, I fall asleep better, whether it's my naps or my actual sleep at night. So I work 2 jobs, uh, so I'll get about 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day. But I feel like I sleep through that time very well, even though I have to get up in the middle of the night to go pee anyways. So there's, even waking up and then going back to sleep, I still feel like I slept very well. It was a really consistent sleep, a deep sleep. And then when I wake up, I don't feel super groggy. Now, obviously, just your normal sleep patterns. I mean, you wake up, you still gotta have time to fully wake up or whatever. But I'm able to just get out of bed once I get up, right? Now, some people have mentioned very vivid dreams. I know as far as what I'm dreaming, I know it. I know I've dreamt, but I don't know exactly what it's been. Nothing too crazy or anything. So there's that portion of it. Let's see what else. Drawing a blank here for a second. Yeah, as far as the cost effective of it, I mean, you're looking at $3 to $4 a watermelon. So one watermelon has lasted me about approximately 3 days now, and I would probably say maybe 2.5, depending on what your activity levels are, what your schedule's like. Yeah, so with the watermelon itself, you can kind of switch it up a little bit. I bought a little tahini bottle. Make sure it's not the one with sugars in it or whatever. It's just the salt and the chili or whatever. So that's been really good too. Kind of changing it up, regular watermelon versus that. I do have a juicer. I plan on juicing it just to try it, but I didn't want to do it just because I only bought 2 watermelons to start off with for the weekend, so I didn't want to go through both of them. My whole thing is just to kind of really portion out. I didn't want to be this diet where I'm spending extra money, a lot of extra money, as opposed to my normal grocery bill already. I got 4 kids at home, so that's that portion. So that's a lot of mouths to feed, especially with kids. They just eat all day long. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. It's a big adjustment because you only have one item really to eat, and that's just the watermelon. I know, I kind of altered it a little bit, but I wanted to listen to my body. I didn't want to go against it, because when your body starts telling you, hey, I'm not liking it too much or whatever. That's when a lot of people fail. So I was like, all right, look, I know I'm working out, so that's burning up calories as it is. So if I need that source of protein, I wanted it to be a good protein. I thought about using protein powder or whatever, but I just felt like, what, I'm already cooking up chicken or whatever for the family. I'll just set aside 2 pieces for myself or whatever, and that's what I've got. So that's been really good. Now as far as the weight loss itself, I think that the fact that, okay, if you're working out, make sure you do get the workout in, so that way you burn the calories as you're going along. That's an important factor to it. So, when I weighed myself yesterday, and then I weighed myself again last night after getting home, that was the consistent key. So it was at 196 right on the dot when I weighed myself yesterday afternoon, and then last night again, it was at 195.8, and that was after eating another batch of watermelon. So I think the main thing here so far is that the watermelon diet does work, and you just have to kind of work through the fact that that's all you're eating. But you know what? As far as the nutritional facts of it, I feel really, really good. Like I said, I don't feel bogged down. I feel like some of the other things I mentioned, like my joint pains, my knee pain, I had foot pain that's kind of gone away as well too so far. I don't know if that's attributed to the fact that I've lost, 5 to 6 pounds or whatever, but we'll see how it goes. So far, everything else feels good, and that's just my update for today. My plan is, like I said, for the remainder of the week, so 7 days. So Friday, I want to see where the progress is, and then, bowel movement. So yes, I will say this, as others have reported, bowel movement does kind of slow down a bit. So I probably got a 2-footer right now in here, but that's what people have reported as normal. So I did go once this weekend, and it was a pretty good solid. But I just wanted to share that with y'all because I'm pretty sure somebody's wondering about that as well too. So, but all right, I'll record another update later. So y'all stay tuned. That's day 3. One last thing to add. This was the main thing I wanted to talk about. Was spirituality. That was the thing that when I was researching this diet and trying to figure out if it was good for me or not, was that somebody had posted on there that they are more spiritually in tune with themselves and the Lord when they did this diet. So that was pretty much what sold me on it. And I think the fact that because you're in a sense just I don't know how to explain it, because you're eating so clean. With watermelon, it's just a natural fruit. It's not processed. You're not eating one of these diets on processed foods. You're not cramming yourself with a bunch of different protein bars and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I think the fact that because your clarity is a lot better, your mind is a lot more clear on it. You're getting tons of energy. You're getting really good sleep. That you're more in tune with yourself. And I found myself yesterday, as we were doing church service. I found a lot. I feel like I'm more in touch, and I feel like I'm more connected with the man upstairs, and it feels really good. So I wanted to share that note with y'all. So if you're not religious, or you're not a believer, then you just kind of skip over this part. But I wanted to share that, okay, spiritually I feel more in tune with the Lord, and I pray a lot more. I've prayed a lot more this weekend than I have throughout the whole last week. I feel like throughout the days I was going by, I was just either forgetting or just kind of putting it off, or whatever the case was. But that wasn't the case this weekend. So I don't know how I forgot to mention all that. But yeah, so, all right, we'll get y'all back. All right, so we're just meal prepping. We've got the watermelon. Just putting it in separate containers. These will be for my lunch and dinner at work. We just picked up 2 more big watermelons there. So that'll be for the next few days. But at least these are on sale right now at Kroger for, I believe, $3.49. These are the bigger ones. The smaller one I paid $4.49 at Walmart. So if you're looking for a sale right now, go to the Kroger. But yeah, come in here. So we'll just meal prep it, and then if you want to give it some flavor, you can do this tahini twist or whatever, and that works too. So you can just spice it up a little bit, give it a little bit different from your normal. But all right.